Honestly, the Order's traditional training and initiations are more informal, more agile than they have ever been in the past. It's not ideal, but the current state of the Everwar means most of your education will be in the field.
Do I get to finally know what the name is all about? The Immortals?
We borrow our name from a more ancient Pentati order that once practiced here. The Un Avlashud, the Enduring. They had learned to stretch time and live inside it in a way that mortality meant nothing to them.
That sounds fake.
It probably is. In any case, the Pentati eventually vanished, but the legends that they had conquered death didn't. Those that founded our order saw no downside in being associated with such power and prestige.
So it's branding.
Pretty much.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Jack.
Mingle. Right. You were at Yothium, weren't you?
I was, sir, yes. Hallen means oldest. Named Silas.
Right. Good to see you made it, Silas.
Well, I certainly wouldn't have if the Grand Magnus hadn't blessed me with her spell of protection.
What do you mean?
You don't remember, sir? She touched my armor and warded it against the Rasharnians. We Lightless would be lost without your magic and guidance. I'll never question them.
No, you survived the battle on your own. Magic had nothing to do with it. That was all you.
That can't be right, sir. I was in the West Trenches when the Rasharnians hit. It was a massacre. My whole platoon was cut down. I only barely got away. Wait, you're saying the Grand Magnus lied to me?
What? No, she was just giving you a pep talk, you know? To find your courage. I think you might have just gotten confused is all.
Confused? Is that how you do it then? You Magnite throw glamours over us lowly, lightless soldiers and send us at the enemy believing we're indestructible?
Stop it.
Forgive me, sir. The war, it's getting to me.
I'd better go. Hey, Orphe. What's shaking?
We're probably at your graduation party, where we're politely refusing to remove our mask. Or we're discussing Aristea again.
Are you sure that's where we are?
Forgive us if we aren't, Candle. The years get wet in our head.
Right. It's the seer part of being a seer, I guess. The kind of time-jumpy thing with you.
Red, chaos, green, transition. They mixed when we were given our magic by the Pentasod. One lives in our right eye, the other in our left.
Causing a temporal thingamajig. Got it. And probably at this point I asked to see your eyes.
You'll forgive us if we say no. We hope.
So as a seer, you're what? Like maybe our reconnaissance officer or something? You look for what's coming our way?
We work as an intelligence specialist, yes. Remote recon is part of our duties. You're convincing Zendara to let you walk the path, for example.
That's back a ways, actually. But Kirkin said you can see the future, too.
In theory. Half the time.
What?
We know, for example, that you must eventually refrain from making covenant with the low beasts of the field.
Is that code? It sounds like code.
Maybe, but Devon's our codebreaker, so it's best to ask him. Wait. No, you never do. Sounds like it's settled then.
Good chat, Orphe. Ambassador Damley, it's been a while.
Indeed. The immortal glyph looks good on you, Jack.
Kinda does, huh? What brings you so far from the Northern Court?
I suppose that you're an Order Magnus now, so I can't keep secrets from you any longer. The king has appointed me as royal advisor to the Palathon in his time of absence.
You're here because of the king's absence. I don't understand.
Sandrak's siege of the capital. It's worsened. The Lightless don't know how bad it is. Kirken's even been given emergency powers by the crown.
The Palathon's the acting capital of Lucium? That means Lavenry's nearly fallen. She never bothered to tell me.
The North will soon be lost to us, Jack. The king's in hiding. I'm surprised you weren't informed, with you being one of Kirken's closest confidants. Curious.
I have to go, Ambassador. Hold up, these are my quarters?
Morning, Jack.
Morning, sir. I think I might have, well, accidentally slept in the wrong room. It's kind of, extravagant. Really big.
You'll get used to it. Come down to the vault. We need to talk about your next steps as an immortal.
Will do.
Now that you're an immortal, Jack, do you want to know a secret?
That you actually have hobbies? These all yours?
What do you think of them?
I think I haven't seen enough of the world. I don't recognize any of these.
That's because they all were driven to extinction by the Everwar.
How?
Since we first learned to use magic, we've waged war over who would control it. It isn't meant to be used so violently and so unchecked and for so long. The natural world suffers for it. Their habitats die. Their waters are ruined, their skies are choked, their lands are crystallized or filled with hungry spirits they can't compete with. Our magic causes ruin for every living thing, Jack. It causes the wound.
We caused the wound?
I told you that we draw magic from the ley lines, from the Shrouded Realm. To be more precise, we siphon it to use as we will, and it stays here. But it's not meant to. And no one's ever discovered how to actually put it back. It punches its way back down. All that magic over all that time. And so the wound grows.
But without magic...
We can't win the war to control magic. Correct.
So we're destroying Aveum while we're trying to save Aveum?
That's the secret.
This secret sucks. It's insane. Does Sandrak know this?
Of course he does. All the orders do.
Then why the hell are we fighting? Everyone needs to just stop.
You want to be the first side to quit? Because you trust Sandrak that much. Because mankind can always be counted on to do the reasonable thing.
I've wanted to wield magic my whole life. And now you're telling me
You've already figured out the solution, Jack. We win. Then we start thinking about how to fix the wound.
You don't win in Everwar.
It's brick walls like that make you take up painting in your spare time.
Isn't there something else that we can do about it, I mean?
Yes. Go to that spell altar.
What spell will it grant me?
One that hopefully eases your conscience. Reckless, overtaxed, and broken magic often leaves corruption behind. You grew up with it in Saren, the deposits that would accumulate in the Underbridge. There, it's a nuisance. But larger, more malignant versions exist. Part of the Immortals' mandate is to restore those areas of the world overrun with this corruption. That spell is the key.
Restore them. With magic. The same magic that causes it, and oh yeah, also the wound.
The irony isn't lost on anyone. In the meantime, you have more pressing concerns. Zendara's waiting for you in the war chamber to brief you on a mission.
Really? Please don't say she's my field commander.
Run along. Your field commander's waiting.
You should meet with Commander Zendara in the War Chamber.
Clock's ticking.
Yes, sir. You do outrank me, right? Wow, this place is kind of big. I must have gotten lost. Ha!
Intel indicates that the Hand is operating near the Pale Forest, and we've just lost contact with our outpost there.
What's so important about the forest?
Strategically, nothing. The ley line tower there has been dead for 100 years. And yet she's taking a big risk attacking so close to the Palathon. You still with me, Initiate?
Not an initiate. That's not even a rank. You know, I checked.
Nightblades have established a stronghold at the southern edge of the forest. We'll attack on both sides.
We? And you're coming? I mean, what about Devon?
Devon is needed elsewhere. And Kirkin seems to think you might not get me killed. Jury's still out on that one.
Sure, thanks. Don't leave the portal open for me or anything. Guess I'm walking. Don't think I have a spell for that.
Hello, Immortal. Kirkin told me you know our, secret.
About magic causing the wound? That we're all destroying Aveum? She sure did.
Yeah, bit of a gut punch, that one.
This restoring spell, it really cleanses the Lurge? That's what we used to call it in Saren.
Lurge? What an absolutely perfect name. Lurge. Yes, it works. And you'll feel better about the whole thing when you use it. Trust me.